Just know that every single person, it doesn't matter who it is, they're always gonna have a few undesirable traits that you don't like, but we're all humans. You're never gonna find what I would call a unicorn woman because they just don't exist. If you think that you don't see any red flags, if you think that red flags don't mean shit, then good luck to you. And when that time comes, when you get wrecked in that relationship, I'll be here with open arms welcoming you. So keep in mind, these are tips for vetting for long-term partners or wives. If you're just looking for any random floozy to hook up with to suit your needs, to fulfill your needs, then none of the information I'm about to give you is gonna mean shit. Red flags are basically undesirable traits that you'll see in people that can tell you a whole lot about how that relationship's gonna turn out. It's important that you look for these red flags early on in the dating phase when you're with a new partner, because generally they're gonna tell you exactly how that relationship's gonna turn out in the long term. Red flag number one, and what I think is the most important thing when it comes to vetting women, what's their relationship with their father? Do they clash? Do they get along really well? Does the father treat his wife correctly? Is her father a strong masculine role model, or is he a weak, docile man? If a woman's never had a strong role model in her life, then she's generally never gonna understand that there's dynamics at play in relationships. Men can't do what women can do, and vice versa. This woman won't let you do your biological job. She'll argue with you, she'll clash with you, and try to control you. Women who try to control men should be avoided at all costs. I want to preface and say not always is this the case, but this is a great indicator of future actions. Of course, there's exceptions to this rule, such as a woman that tries to keep you accountable, or a woman that tells you what she thinks about certain people in your life. Red flag number two, does she do any sort of physical exercise? A strong body means a strong mind, and a strong mind means solid relationships. This one's simple, and it boils down to one simple rule. If she doesn't care enough for her physical health, then she probably never will. She's more or less lazy, and in the long term, you're gonna end up with a woman that's just gonna drag you down and stop you from reaching your full potential. Think about it. Who's gonna instill these great habits in your kids to stay fit and healthy? If the parents don't do this very crucial thing, then you're basically setting your kids up for failure. It's common that you'll find girls that stay in shape until they find a man, and then when they find a man, they get hitched, then they gain 35 pounds, become lazy. You don't want that. Avoid that at all costs. Red flag number three, she's excessively clingy. This one to the untrained eye could seem like an amazing thing, but trust me bro, it's not. Generally, any woman like this is never gonna fully commit to you, or any man for that matter, because they're constantly seeking attention and validation. This is gonna lead them to finding those things elsewhere, and you guessed it, by leaving the relationship or cheating. These people need that constant dopamine or they become bored. These are usually people that have excessive sexual partners and are always in and out of rebound relationships because they can't cope with being alone. They feel like they constantly need to be talking to a dude or be in a relationship with one. Even if you love how you feel so connected to this person, it generally always ends bad. Red flag number four, she has mental health issues and refuses to seek help. Mental health is so important for a healthy long-term relationship. If you end up meeting a woman, you go on a date and she ends up opening up about her mental health in some sort of way, but then tries to justify why she refuses to seek help, then you need to run as hard as you can. If something as important as one's mental health doesn't matter enough for them to fix it then and there, then it never will. It shows an inability to take accountability for one's life. The cycle will continue and you'll be dragged down into a pit of despair with them. Don't ask me how I know this, I just know, bro. Never underestimate the power of vetting people before you commit to them. You need to understand that choosing the right partner for you to spend the rest of your life with is the most important thing that a man will ever do with his life. If you pick the wrong partner, you're gonna have such a hard time with your life, harder than it should be. Put your shirt on, bro, because you got work to do.